freely open yourself. There is fear to be understood, to be understood. There is cynicism, there is pride, there is sadness from sorrow. How can you truly open yourself towards others?
Misunderstanding, wrong perceptions are part of life, like the mud. Misunderstanding, wrong perceptions are the foundation of war, conflict, death, suffering. That is the mud. And the practice helps us to dissipate misunderstanding, remove wrong perceptions, restore communication, and bring about reconciliation. Transforming the mud into a lotus flower. This is possible. And the teaching of the Buddha can help us do this as a person, as a group of people. And when you can do it as a group of people, you can change the situation of society. And that is why to practice as an individual is not enough. You have to practice as a group, as a sangha. There are those of us who are so afraid to love. We do not dare to open our heart. We are afraid because we have suffered. And we think that to love is to suffer. It's regrettable because true love can bring a lot of healing and joy. There is a poet who wrote like this, spring has come, every flower is opening out, but why my heart refuses to open? Because there is fear, the fear to suffer again, because we have not learned the art of loving. Of course, the other person is unskillful, but we are also unskillful. We don't know how to love yet. We allow misunderstanding, wrong perception to take over, and we make us suffer, and we make each other suffer. So the teaching of the Buddha on love, we should learn. The first element of true love is Maitri, loving kindness. And true love should be able to bring happiness. Loving kindness is the energy that can bring happiness to us and to the other person. If a love that cannot bring happiness is not love, it is something else. Passion, craving, sensual pleasure, or desire to possess is not love. So loving kindness is a kind of energy that we have to cultivate. If it is true love, and then it should bring well-being, happiness to us and to the other person. And how to cultivate loving kindness? To look, to have the time to look and understand. Understanding the suffering, the difficulties, and the need of the other person. The suffering, the difficulties, and our own need. We need the time to look into ourselves. We need to understand our suffering, our difficulties, and the deep aspiration in us. And we should be able to accept us as we are. So understanding is the foundation of love, of loving kindness. We should ask, do I understand myself? Do I understand my suffering, my difficulties? If you understand your own suffering, your difficulties, you feel much better. You accept yourself. And then when you look at the other person, you can understand his or her suffering much more easily. So the first step is to understand self and to accept self. And the second step is to understand the other and accept the other. Without that kind of understanding and acceptance, happiness is not possible. And true love is to be cultivated. The second element of true love is compassion. Compassion is the energy that can heal. When you have compassion in your heart, you suffer much less. And you open your heart so easily. Look at the other person deeply and you see the suffering in him or in her. That person is victim of her own suffering, his own suffering. And he does not know how to handle that suffering in him. He continues to suffer deeply and he makes you suffer also, not because he wants to. So understanding the suffering in that person, you are not angry at him or her anymore. And you want to do something, to say something to help that person suffer less. It means you have compassion in your heart. If you want to do something or to say something to help him or her suffer less, it means that compassion is in your heart. And as compassion is in your heart, you don't suffer anymore. Because you have opened your heart to yourself. And now you can open your heart to him or to her. And that is the second energy of true love, compassion, karuna. And when you have a lot of karuna, it's called maha karuna, great compassion. You are a bodhisattva, you are a Buddha, because the compassion in you are so large. Your heart includes not only him, her, but you include us all. Maha Karuna. And Maha Karuna, the energy of compassion, is to be cultivated. And without getting in touch with the suffering, without understanding suffering, you cannot generate the energy of Karuna, compassion. When compassion is born, it begins to heal. Heal you and heal the world. And with the practice of meditation on love, metta, Maitri meditation, Karuna meditation, you suffer less. You begin to taste the nectar of love. And you open your heart so easily to the world. The third element of true love is joy. If your love does not bring joy to you and make the other person cry all day long, it's not true love. So the mark of true love is joy. And joy is healing. And the fourth element of true love is inclusiveness, openness. Inclusiveness means that you open your heart and allow that person to be inside of your heart. And without opening your heart, how can you include her, include him in your heart? And as you continue, your heart grows bigger and bigger all the time. And very soon, you will include us because you don't discriminate against us anymore. Your heart is so large that you include us of all. Include all of us in your heart. That is the love of a Buddha, which does not exclude anyone, not only humans, but also animals, plants and minerals. All are embraced in that love. That is equanimity, that is non-discrimination. And the Buddha's teaching on love is very specific, very clear, concrete. And if we practice, we cultivate these four elements, happiness begins to be with us right away. We don't need many months or years. The moment when we begin to practice Maitri, Karuna, Mudita and Upeksha, happiness begins in our heart. We open our heart to ourselves, to him, to her right away.